How big are Amir Khan's balls after Mayweather wouldn't fight him, Pacquiao wouldn't fight him, and he steps up and he gave you a lot of respect and a lot of compliments?
Yeah, it's going to be, first of all, it's going to be a great fight. We know how good Canelo is. Everyone's saying, this is going to be a mismatch. It's a fight that Canelo's going to walk through. But, I really say it's going to be a total different fight. It's going to be a big shock to everyone. And, it's going to be a great fight for me. Styles make fights. That's what we all know. In boxing, you see it all happen. And this is the first fight I'm going into as an underdog. Normally, I go into all the fights as the top of the bill, as the favorite to win. But this is the first time I'm going into a fight where I'm the underdog. I'm a guy who's supposed to get beat. So that's why I want to really shine this fight, and I want to prove to people, this is where I belong. And by putting the weight on, being strong at this weight, it's not slowed the speed down one bit. The speed is still there. The stamina is still going to be there. The punch power is increased, obviously. I've been sparring guys, and they also say that they do feel the power, the strength. But I don't really want to focus on too much of the power because I don't want it to slow me down, and I don't want to make that mistake where I'm trying too hard to throw a big shot. And so I think what's going to win us this fight is smart combinations, being smart, using the feet well. That's something I have. And just picking the shots at the right time, not overdoing it at times. Where if you see my previous fights, I overdo it sometimes because I think that I'm the guy to throw the most punches. I'm the guy to show who the best is. But at this time, I'm not going to be making those mistakes. I'm going to be smart. I'm going to stick to the game plan, and I'm not going to make any mistakes.
Is that hard with your warrior mentality? You like to kind of stick in the pocket, and sometimes you might take one too many.
When you're fighting guys who you're supposed to beat, then you need that warrior mentality because you're meant to be the warrior. You're meant to be the guy who's supposed to win. You're meant to be the guy who's supposed to be, winning every round and throwing the most shots and hitting the big power shots. But in this fight, I'm not the guy to go into this fight as a favorite. So I'm going to stick to my game plan. I'm going to do anything to win this fight. And we're going to have to be smart in this fight. We know it's going to be a tough fight. It's not going to be easy. So that's why I can't make the same mistakes as I make in the previous fights I've had. Whereas in the previous fights, I used to get stuck in there too much. I used to make mistakes. But this time, I'm going back to the old days when I was, a young fighter, when I had to pick the shots at the right time. And I think it's great to be an underdog. I mean, that pressure, do all the media stuff and everything is not the same. Where I'm just sat back doing all my hard work, all my graft, all my training. Whereas Canelo has to do all the media stuff. Let him do it.
Do you feel that when he fought Lara and when he fought Mayweather, the fact that he got outclassed by boxers, that's the style to prove to him that he has problems with slick fighters that have that slick style and just outbox him?
Yeah, Canelo's also a slick fighter. He's got quick hands. A lot of people have problems with him when he moves. If he moves in the right position, when he moves, when someone moves against Canelo, Canelo always has big problems. So he doesn't fight well against movers. That's what we all know. We all seen that against the fight against Lara, against that fight against Floyd Mayweather. And with this fight, he's fighting a guy who's got similar style to Lara and a similar style to Floyd Mayweather. Who I move quick. I got good feet. I got power. By going up to 155, I really believe I've got a lot of punch power in that weight. But I'm not going to rely on that. It's a speed that's going to win me this fight.
Who do you think won that Lara fight, and what are you going to do different than Lara?
I think, if you look at Lara, the way Lara fought, Lara's a great fighter. I'm a big fan of his fighting style. And I think Lara was just staying in the pocket a little bit too long and maybe giving free shots to Canelo. Whereas you can't be doing that against Canelo. Canelo's a really good fighter. If you give him that opportunity, he's gonna take it. And I think with Lara gave him too much respect. Where when Lara threw his shots, Lara in a way said, "Hit me back," And I don't think I'll be making those mistakes Lara made. But I still think with Lara making a few mistakes, and I think he knows about those mistakes. I don't think he'll if he was to fight him again, I don't think he'd make those mistakes, and I'm definitely gonna make those mistakes.
Amir, does he look like a fighter with no amateur background?
Who's that?
Does he look like a fighter with no amateur background? Basically, he doesn't have one.
Yeah. It's funny you said that. Yeah, Canelo is like an old school, rugged, heavy-handed, professional fighter. So this is a fighter versus a boxer, and yeah, you can see he's not really got that amateur skill level or that experience. So I think that's on my advantage by not having that amateur experience where you have to change different styles when you have to fight different styles. And I think with me going into this fight, you'll definitely see a new Amir Khan. You're not going to see the old Amir Khan. It was hard for me to motivate myself when I was fighting these other fighters. No disrespect to like Algieri or the other fighters I fought. It's always hard because I always expected a big fight against like Mayweather, against Pacquiao, and when those fights are not happening, it was hard for me to motivate myself. And now it's come to a time where it's the biggest fight of my career against someone like Canelo, where I know I can't make a mistake. So this is just such a big motivation for me. That's why I'm not going to let it go easy, man. I'm not going to let it throw it away, because I've always been asking for a big fight, and my time's come now. So I'm not one to just let it go and get beat. I'm going to definitely go into this fight and prove to everyone that why I wanted a big fight.